Hello and welcome back, my Quanta 3 friends. For those of you who don't know me or recognize my voice, my name is Hosanna and I'm your embedded writing specialist. What I'm going to walk you through today is how to format the data that you pulled from your own research instrument and put it into an APA 7th compliant figure. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is a really good model of what your own figure should look like in your IMRAD, which is right in front of you. So this figure 1 here has hit all the marks that you should strive for and that I will walk you through step by step out of the course of this video of how to make your figure comply with the APA 7 standards. So we have our title, we have our y-axis, which is the axis on the left, the vertical axis, and then we have our x-axis right here at the bottom and our horizontal. We have the titles for those, we have our notes, which shows our sample size, we have our Likert scale questions, statements at the bottom, and then our number points on the left. So the step-by-step process is pretty simple, but the first step to make your figure look like this one is to hop on over to Google Sheets. So I'm going to show you from there. Now, for the sake of time, I've put together our data points in our A and B column here already. The A column will represent all the data points that fit within your y-axis, that vertical axis on the left. The B column will represent your x-axis, which is that horizontal axis at the bottom of your figure. And then you can see here in row 1, I have the titles of the y and x. You will want to do the same thing in row 1. This is telling the computer the title of each axis, which is really important for your reader's clarity. And then you'll have the data points follow the titles like I have so. So once you have inputted your data correctly, the next thing you're going to want to do is highlight both columns and all the data points, including the titles that you have for both. So it should be highlighted in blue like so. Then once you've done that, you'll go up to Insert and then Chart. It will by default bring you to a pie chart, which will work for some figures. Rarely, we don't tend to do a lot of pie charts, but what we want to do for the sake of this video is a column chart. So how you'll change that is you'll go to the right side of your screen under Chart Type. You'll select that where it says pie chart. I will scroll down and do under column the very first option, so the column chart. And that will actually translate all the data, same data that we had before in the pie chart, but into our column chart, which is the figure that we want to use. So we're close, but we're not quite there. You can remember from the example I showed at the beginning of this video, there are some changes that we need to make in order for it to be APA 7th compliant. Those changes actually all have to do with titles. So we don't need this number of respondents here. That is our y-axis title, but because we didn't actually put in a title of our chart yet, it just pulled it from there. So how we change that is in the same right side of our screen. Instead of Setup, where we changed it from a pie chart to a column chart, you want to go to Customize, which will specifically change the style of this figure. And then we're going to go to Chart and Axis Titles. We're going to click the down button there, and automatically this is the one we want to change first, the chart title. So simply delete it. So I'm highlighting and deleting it from my course here. Now from there, what we're going to do is go to our horizontal axis, which is our x-axis title, level of importance. You can go ahead and keep the title font and the title font size the same because it is going to be Arial font, which works well and is compliant with APA 7, and the automatic font size is 12-point font, which we want to keep the same. The only change we want to make is to put both of the titles as bold. So you're going to do it by clicking the B under title format, and then we're going to just mimic the same exact changes to our vertical or our y-axis title. Great. So now we've made all the changes necessary for, the work that we do in Google Sheets. So now what we're going to do from here is we're going to actually copy the figure as a whole, which I just did Command C. If you're working with a Windows, it's going to be Control C. And I'm going to go back to our Google Doc. You can see we have here, I'm going to go to an empty page to show you step by step. And I'm going to paste. You can paste it unlinked so that if you go back into that Google Sheets, then no changes will affect your Google Docs, like the figure you have on your Google Docs. And then I'm going to take a look real quick at our example again. So what we have on our blank page is the figure part of our figure. So it's actually like the data that we're showing, but we need to make some changes with the titles and the notes. So what we have to do first is tell our readers which figure this is, like the number. So for the example, this is figure 1. So what we'll do is, and it should be bolded, figure 1. Again, everything, like every small detail that I'm going to walk you through for this represents APA 7th edition. So we just like very careful. We have to be very careful with the decisions that we make. The next part is below the figure. We're going to have the actual title of our figure, which is showing what the data is actually telling us. So DSC students self-reported importance of writing skills for their post-college careers. This came from a survey that the Writing Center pulls out. Every single year, we pull data from this survey that real students take. So I just copied it for the sake of time here. I'm entering down. Quick change that I'll have to make, that you may have to make as well, is this is actually single space is what my computer is set to now, but we need to make it double spaced. So going up to this 3 lines with the arrow going up and down, we're going to go from 1.15 to double. And that will change the spacing of our lines, which is really important as well. And then I'll go ahead into DSC students. So I just pasted that title. You can see we have it double spaced. We're looking pretty good so far. So let's scroll back up and see what we're missing. The next thing that we're missing is our note, which is going to give more context for the figure. It's telling you our sample size, which I think I mentioned earlier, that 281 number, and then the specific like semester, for example, of where this data was gathered or when this data was gathered. So again, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. You'll see the note is italicized. The actual word note is italicized with a period. We have the big N italicized, and then the 281 is the number of our sample, and then surveyed in the 2024 spring semester. So super easy step. I mean, less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes of a video just for the sake of putting together a figure. I will also be putting together a video for tables that's in a separate one. You can take a look at that. But this is the basic step for you all to take one by one of how to create a APA 7th edition figure that you can implement in your own MRADs. If you have any questions, you know to reach back out to the Writing Center or one of your professors. You know I'll be around, and I'm super excited to work with you. So I hope that you all have great luck and have fun gathering your data.